Just so you know.
Talk about anything you guys want. All right, so I'm gonna play some type of trailer.
Okay, I'm gonna take a leak real quick. Be right back.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
So Brian,
Yeah.
we're gonna do another bracket for the end of the month too.
Okay, the standalone movies.
Yeah, movies that have no sequel.
Okay.
My brother-in-law came up with the idea. Well, that's a good idea, and he starts giving me all these movies. I'm like, that's got a sequel. That's got a sequel.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, no sequels or franchises is what he was saying. I was like, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and no Halloween. I'm like, well, yeah.
2 seconds, guys. Right back.
Take your time.
Sorry, I forgot to eat dinner. I was watching I, Tonya.
How was it?
Pretty good. It makes me wonder how much of it was, real.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I remember all that stuff.
Oh yeah, me too, man. I was a kid when all that shit went down.
Well, I think it was 13 when all that happened. Yeah, because based on what they said, it was like January '94. So I was 13. I remember watching the Olympics because, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Tanya Hardin was like kind of hot. Yeah, but they show her husband Jeff Galooly like beating her all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Margot Robbie was great. This salad is rocking balls.
It sounds like it.
Good. Yeah, this pizza place down here called Emo's. And
yeah, but I like cheese.
Helena's eating toasted ravioli. I'm eating. Have you ever had toasted ravioli?
Yeah. I used to sell it at the OG Olive Garden.
Some people have no idea because it's a St. Louis thing. But yeah, Reynolds got a pizza. They make it with Provel cheese. I guess you can't eat pizza, right?
I mean, I ate a little cheese today. I mean, I'm not going to be like crazy as I was. I went for like 3 months without eating cheese.
I wish I could do that.
Oh,
And
never. I would die.
I honestly, I felt so good like after all that. Like I felt really good.
Mike, have you ever had toasted ravioli?
Toasted ravioli?
Mm-hmm.
I had it at like Olive Garden once or twice. It was okay. It's not my favorite. Not really a big ravioli man.
Never fear, I am here.
Yes.
What up, YouTube?
What up, bro?
What's up, baby?
Hey, what's up, Jared? What's up, baby girl? You want to talk about Dario Argentino and Suspiria?
That would be awesome. I would love to. I'm still stoked from watching my favorite college basketball team win tonight, so I'm in a good mood.
You guys want to talk about House of 1,000 Courses?
1,000 courses. I could go for a couple of courses.
I already forgot the name of that movie. What's it called?
3 from Hell.
That's it.
I think that's referring to the score it's going to be getting on IMDb.
I can't believe he's touching something that wasn't broke.
That's good. I like that.
I just can't believe he's fixing something that was never broke. But
what's he doing?
I hate all his movies post Halloween. Thank you.
I just hate all of his movies except for House of 1,000 Corpses. I love that movie.
I do too.
Courses or corpse?
Yeah,
the courses.
You want some eggplant parm followed by veal parm followed by.
That's how you know it's an Italian film. It's 7 courses.
And now we got the Leprechaun in the Hood trailer playing.
Oh. He's got exactly one funny part. That's the guy takes a full-size baseball bat out of his afro.
That guy that was having the red on his neck was the thing.
I'm so lost in this trailer. People are being thankful for this trailer. Oh my god.
People are being what?
The thankful react. How is that?
I love it. I love when people are thankful for Leprechaun in the Hood. Oh, he's sharing a joint with iced tea. This movie is so bad.
What the fuck happened? I got kicked out for some reason. That was weird.
I have never seen Leprechaun Back to the Hood. I assume.
Oh my god,
awful.
you never seen it?
It's awful, right?
Is the trailer playing right now for it?
Yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood is playing because tomorrow's St. Patty's Day, but that's the only Leprechaun show.
Why aren't you showing that on VHS tonight?
Because I have this movie called Bloodbeat playing that I really want to see. It's about a samurai who comes to life whenever this girl has sex, and the samurai goes around killing people.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, and then the second movie is Suspiria. Alright, and here is our THS live intro. There we go. We're about to start up.
Shit.
Decided to perfect her ballet studies in the most famous school of dancing. She chose the celebrated Academy of Freeburg. One day,
Turn it down.
Cross your eyes and grab your toes. I'm going to show you where the wild goose goes.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to THS Lives. Tonight, we have such an awesome event planned for all of you. Cannot wait to talk about it.
Woo!
Let me just get this all set up in here. My name is Brian Enright. You can follow me on Twitter at The Horror Jew. You can follow me on Instagram at The Horror Jew. You can follow me here on Facebook at Brian Enright. And all that shit is right there thanks to Google Hangout Toolbox, which is super exciting, just like I am for tonight's show. Yeah! All right, so let's go around the room. Let's introduce ourselves in order. Up next, we have Jared Letourneau. Jared, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. And all the boiled ghouls in home. Stoked to be back again for another awesome episode. You guys can follow me on Facebook at Jared Letourneau or Swapverse at zombie_survivor. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Jared. Up next, we have our special our special horror host that joins us on occasions. We have the director of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, Mike Lombardo. Mike, good evening.
Hi guys. Long time viewer, first time on. Really excited to talk about some Italian horror, George Romano and all that. Very excited.
Where can we follow you?
You can go in Lancaster. No, you guys go to realsplatter.com and facebook.com/realsplatter is the best way to track me down. Yeah, I look forward to you guys cyber stalking me. You, Bri.
All right, thank you very much. And last but not least, we have our president and pure Razor. Ray, good evening.
Yeah, evening. Yeah, you can find me at Razor_33 on Twitter. And I'm eating a salad for Mimos and some garlic bread.
Ooh,
Yeah,
very
that's all I
healthy
got.
of you.
It's always exciting.
Well, the salad's not healthy.
It's got lots and lots of bacon.
No, got ham and roast beef and other stuff.
That kind of sounds like my man meat salad right there.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's what it's called, the Jared Man-Made Salad.
Dude, that's so weird. I saw that on the menu at a local restaurant too, and I assumed, but I didn't want to like it. That is so weird.
I don't know how it happened, guys, but it's just really taken hold.
Is that the salad that you sent me in a box with a picture of Gwyneth Paltrow's head? It was a piece of like meat, and you're like, "This is the Jared special." Is that the same thing?
I was not expecting that.
The 8th sin.
Neither was Kevin Spacey's career.
Oh.
Oh, little meat for Kevin Spacey. Get out of here, Kevin Spacey. Get in here, Dario.
You don't mind, Brian. I'm going to address the elephant in the room here. Me and Razor are hashtag twins.
Yeah.
I mean, we both shop at the same place, Oshkosh Bagosh.
Nice.
Let's see these shirts, guys. Come on.
You guys got the fun guy size. I see.
Oh, wow.
We got a Waxwork Tales from the Crypt mashup here.
That is sex right there.
Available at T-Villain.
T-Villain?
I don't think it's available anymore. It was like a limited thing.
Yeah.
Lex scored this for me. I would not have ever found it because I'm incapable of shopping for clothing for myself.
Well, and T-Villain puts their shirts up for a day or something like that and takes them down.
Yeah, they do like pre-orders. They're dirt cheap and they're really good quality.
Yeah.
Jared's got a rare shirt on.
I do.
Woo!
VHS at midnight.
Right. That's that Twitter show on Comedy Central, right?
Yes.
Tonight's features Sister Act and Sister Act 2, right?
Hosted by Andy Cohen.
Just when you thought you'd kick the habit, it's back.
12 steps later.
Back to the virgins.
In wrong.
All right, so let's talk about it. We got a couple of cool stuff going on. Rob Zombie just announced that he is doing a trilogy continuation with his first movie, House of a Thousand Corpses, where he will...
Ray's on his second course right now.
House of a Thousand Corpses, where we start off with dessert and then the next entree is you. I don't know. I'm not excited about this. You know, I was like a Rob Zombie fan when I was a kid. Like I collected all the White Zombie albums and the Rob Zombie albums and the White Snake albums, and I really liked his music in the beginning.
Nice plug of White Snake, by the way.
I know. White Snake.
we met Tawny Katan.
Yes, we did.
Oh. Sorry, Brian. Continue.
We had to call security because she was posing on top of people's cars in the parking lot.
Yeah, unsolicited. It was very awkward.
I screamed. We all screamed. Or I'm dreaming of a white doomsday. But yeah, no. So Tawny Katan was there, and Rob Zombie has this new movie coming out, which I'm not excited for at all.
I'm with you.
It's, House of a Thousand Corpses was cool, and it's nice seeing people like Rainn Wilson, who was like a nobody back then, and then he became like a mermaid man somewhere in that video.
Boy.
Wasn't Chris Hardwick in that movie too?
Yeah,
Chris Hardwick.
Chris Hardwick, Mr. Talking Dead himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in it, and God bless him in his career. But
Singled out. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Singled out.
God, you're right.
Brian, are you old enough to remember that shit?
Singled Out. Is that
was on
show
MTV.
Yeah, that's the one on MTV. Yeah, I remember that. I didn't really watch it.
Was the host of it.
Jenny McCarthy wasn't she on that show?
Yeah, she was like the guys or whatever. But yeah, she was in it.
I remember.
I'm playing 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon right now. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, while we're on it, I remember the Tom Green show and how awesome that show was. I remember the Zach Galifianakis show and all one season of it. That was hilarious.
Dick show?
The Andy Dick show.
That had some hilariously whacked out sketches. There was a lot of horror stuff on there.
That show was a hot mess. Yeah, that was crazy.
They did a really cool stalker thing on there. It was really funny.
I think he was on a lot of drugs during that show.
Oh my god, yeah, so many drugs. Have you ever seen Andy Rohn, First Time Director? It's a movie he did. It's like a mockumentary, and it's basically just a parody of his life. He's trying to make a movie, and he relapses, and his life goes to shit. It's really, really sad, but it's very funny.
No, I haven't heard of that.
Okay, just check it out.
I don't know why I laughed when you said relapse.
And then he relapsed. Oh, and then Brian's chuckling.
A lot of horror stuff on there. That show was
Oh my god, someone's echoing.
stalker thing on there was really funny.
But
So-
yeah, go ahead, Jared.
I was just going to say, back to the topic at hand, Zombie coming out of the woodwork after a couple of not so good movies under his belt.
You didn't like 31?
Oh my god.
I got about 5 minutes, maybe 20 minutes into that, and I had to turn it off. I was warned by one of our guys that writes for us, David Jeffrey. He's like, "Let me know how that goes." And I texted him back. I was like, "Yeah, it went about 20 minutes."
Yeah, that was bad. That was real bad.
So he's trying to go back to his, his comfort zone, but
His comfort zone or what worked? Because
exactly.
there's a big fan base for the Devil's Rejects, and
But-
there's a lot of horror fans that actually like the other one, the House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 1,000 Courses. I did not like the Devil's Rejects at all.
Yeah. But it's just so weird. Like, I'm on the fence as you guys are because I don't know where the fuck he's going to take the story. The characters died in a hail of fucking gunfire, like fucking Bonnie and Clyde.
Well,
What was it? It's a Freebird or something? And it was like literally
Yeah.
the entire song. It was like 9 minutes.
I mean, if I may, I would argue that there was no story in the Devil's Rejects anyway. So really, any plot is an improvement. I mean, it was pretty much just a series of set pieces of them brutalizing people, and then like a psychedelic like stoner scene with Ken Foray for like a half an hour, and then like 10 minutes of Freebird, and then I was like, I walked out of the theater and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I was having like flashbacks to fucking Land of the Dead. I'm like, I saw it 3 times in the theaters. I'm like, I'm gonna like it the next time. It's gonna be good.
It's going to get better.
I bought it on DVD twice, and I'm like, why? Because everyone's like, Devil's Rejects is brilliant. I'm like, what am I not seeing here? I don't know. I
I like it. I don't think it's brilliant, but
don't know. I mean, I love Sid Haig and Bill Moseley. Like, those, the cast is great, but
Oh, yeah.
that's why I like it because of Mosley. I honestly think
Sure.
that's
Moseley was really good in that movie. I mean,
Yeah.
Moseley's good in everything, but it was just
late, you dog dick.
Oh, dick.
Fun fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but Michael Keaton based his character off of his character Beetlejuice off of Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Really?
too. Yeah. Yeah. So if you could,
That a face. Oh.
yeah.
here's a fun fact.
Lick my plate.
There was a gal that I was dating many years ago. Her studio mate at art school, her uncle was Michael Keaton, and she said he's a total douchebag and that he never talks to the family. And I was like, wow, that's
what I heard
mildly
too.
interesting. Like, Michael Keaton.
I heard that he never watched Batman Returns, and it was just a paycheck for him. To this day, he's never seen Batman Returns.
There was
That's
a lot of directors, like speaking of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which no one brought up yet. The Kit Carlson? Or who's the guy that wrote them?
Yeah, the second one, Kit Carlson wrote the second one. Carson.
Who's the producer? I'm sorry, is the producer, the guy that directed Next Generation. He never watched it. I cannot fucking remember his name.
That's there's a reason why.
Well, but he said, I mean, obviously, yeah, but he said he never watches any film that he directs. He just doesn't. I'm like, how do you
That's really pretentious.
shoot it and then walk away? Like, what about editing and stuff? Like, how do you not be involved in something, especially if it has your name on it? Like,
That is
that's
weird.
insane to me.
Well, I heard Anthony Hopkins does the same thing. Like, there was a rumor that he's never seen Silence of the Lamb, which I doubt. But they said for like a lot of his movies, he never watches them, which is crazy because like his whole thing is, I hate seeing myself on camera because like of like insecurity issues.
Did he not get used to it in the last 50 years and like 800 roles?
I guess not.
How do you grow as an actor if you don't watch your performance and see what works and what doesn't? Like for all he knows, he's got like a fucking lazy eye or something. He's like, shit, I probably should have watched something I was in and realized that.
We're talking about Sir Anthony Hopkins. He doesn't need to watch his performance.
Yeah, what?
If that's Sir Anthony Hopkins, he doesn't need to watch his performance, you know?
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
The Queen watches it. She's like, good job, Anthony.
Good job. You got a good show, man.
You deserve your knighthood very well.
And then they finger bang. I don't know.
That was my Monty Python, sorry.
But yeah, no, I mean, Rob Zombie's like, I really like when I was a kid, I was 13 years old. He was doing his Sinister Urge tour, and we saw him live. My sister took me to a concert. I was like 13 years old. We saw him live, and Brian had his tight leather jacket on, his braces. He had a hunchback, and he got in the middle of a mosh pit, which was uncool. But he
was your hair gelled up really high?
No, my hair was slicked back with hairspray, and 13 years old, walking to the club, all cool, at the Electric Factory in Philadelphia, and Rob Zombie was like, "Here's our song, House of a Thousand Corpse, the last song off of our album, and here's the trailer for the new movie, House of a Thousand Corpse," and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" And then we watched it, and there was a lot of scenes that I didn't see in the House of a Thousand Corpse movie. Yep. And then it wasn't until later that a lot of the scenes were reshot because none of the studios wanted to finance it anymore. So Rob Zombie bought the rights to his own movie again and distributed it himself, and that's how he became famous actor eccentric Rob Zombie.
Didn't it take him like 3 years before he could release it?
Yeah,
Lionsgate picked it up because he was showing clips of it at his tours. I remember that because I was following up on the story when he first announced a movie because I was a big Hellbilly Deluxe fan, and I remember the first trailers was like it was people in masks in like orange correctional like jumpsuits.
Yeah,
and they're digging a hole in the ground. He's like. And he says the boogeyman's real, and you found him, and it's raining and shit. Like, they were really cool promo clips. And then he put up all the character profiles, like on the website and stuff. But then Universal nixed it because it was too gory. And then that's how he has like the Creature from the Black Lagoon background and stuff in the house, like all the random the monsters and shit. But yeah, I thought Lionsgate picked it up, didn't they? I didn't know that he was self-distroing for a while. Was he doing that at concerts or what?
I don't know. I just know that he.
I think Lionsgate did it.
Yeah, Lionsgate did a distro, but I think Zombie was able to purchase the rights back.
Okay, yeah, well, they had to finish the movies. They canned it like halfway through.
Yeah.
Because I remember with that's what made Lionsgate on the map was that American Psycho, because nobody would touch either of them. And they're like, fuck it, we're like a new company. We got something to prove. And, I mean, thank God they did because...
Yeah, fucking Lionsgate produces my kids' cartoons Leapfrog. Like, Lionsgate's a big deal now. Holy shit. Thank you, Rob Zombie.
That was from House Thousand.
But yeah, no, it was completely different. And, it was a little infuriating to, like, be, like, 14, 15 years old when House of Thousand Corpse came out. And it's just like, where are all the scenes that he played at his concert? And it is what it is. I mean...
all the random footage, like the video footage that's interspliced with all that shit, that was the stuff he did on his downtime. He just filmed crap with a camcorder on tour. And then just cut it. That's what was so cool about House Thousand Corpses. It was basically just a Rob Zombie music video.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Massacre too, and that's like a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
It felt like a Tarantino movie, like, but horror. It's a bunch of soundtrack stuff, and I don't know. I did not care for it.
Well, they turn it more into like a Southern Gothic, like Leonard Skinner type of like
Bonnie and Clyde
meets the Natural Born Killers.
There you go.
Natural Born Killers meets like every 70s like driving through the desert like action movie produced by Roger Corman. It was just like it was like that mix. It kind of a little bit reminded me from Dusk Till Dawn. the good half of the movie, not the crazy like, hey, here's vampires.
I don't know. You have that backwards, son.
The part when they're driving in the Winnebago on the highway.
When it stops being a Quentin Tarantino movie and turns into a horror flick, that's when it's awesome.
Yeah.
I did like From Dusk Till Dawn. It was two separate movies for me. It wasn't like,
in a way, it is.
movie.
It is. It really is. I mean, I can't disagree with that.
But it was just like, okay, we built up all these characters, and now we're just going to kill them off very fast in front of you with all these vampires. And it was cool. I mean,
From Dusk Till Dawn was like a Quentin Tarantino movie and then a horror movie at the end.
Yeah,
right.
just
Definitely two
like
movies.
midway. Well, then when you get like From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money, the tone was consistent. Shit, all the way through. So,
that's right. They did make sequels.
the third one's actually really awesome. The Hangman's Daughter. That was actually really.
That one's not bad.
Was that with Robert Patrick?
No, that was the second one.
That was
the second one.
Yeah, the third one had Ambrose Bierce in it. Well, not literally he was dead, but I mean, as a character, like it was just really cool. It was like a weird Western.
It's funny we're talking about that. I was just thinking about those today.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in years. I'm not sure how it holds up, but I mean, I loved it when I was a kid. I watched the video all the time.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I actually got to see From Dusk Till Dawn in the theater when I was.
I wanted to see it in the theater. My parents wouldn't let me. It had too many giant bat puppets. They're very anti that.
Well, my friend was reading the novelization, I guess, or a book. I don't know if there was a book release for it, but well, I guess there was because he was reading. He's like, "Let me know how Sex Machine is," because okay, because he knows me to see the movie. I'm like, gotta watch out for Sex Machine the whole time, and then he shows up and
Tom Savini.
I'm like, oh my god, yeah. And when that guy told him I was Tom Savini, he's like, who? I'm like,
oh my god,
two worlds, two different worlds.
Yep.
How you know it's gonna be a good day when you're like Tom Savini, and the reply is who?
Tom Savini. This motherfucker. I watched The Burning the other day, the Scream Factory, and
good flick.
The Burning's not bad, right? The movie's not bad. So it's well known that Tom Savini was offered Friday the 13th Part 2, but when he found out Jason was in it, he's like, no, Jason's dead. Why would we make this movie? And then he looks at the camera and says, anybody who watches any of the Friday the 13th movies past Part 1 is stupid. And I'm like, you were a part of Part 4, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you talk shit.
He's an idiot.
Didn't he, in the Crystal
Carver
Lake
goes
memories,
around
didn't he
and
say
thinks
he
he's
wanted to be able to kill Jason too?
Yeah, that was what he always talked about, how he created him and he wanted to kill him. I mean, Part 4 is probably some of his best work, honestly, but he's a little douchey.
Have you guys heard about like the rumor about like how after Part 4 it isn't Jason that comes back from the dead, it's just Roy Burns? Do you guys hear about that rumor?
That was Roy Burns, the one who works in the boiler room, and he's got the thing on his hand, right?
No, he is the leprechaun who comes back every 20 years on Halloween to chase after Carrie Fisher.
It's the one he gets to feed every 23 years or whatever.
Yeah, he gets to feed every 23 years.
I can't keep up with all these conspiracy theories, guys.
They're fan theory. Well, I don't want to say they're fan theories. They're fan facts.
They are fan facts.
I'm in production on a fan film right now. Another Horror Syndicate exclusive. That is a crossover between Jeepers Creepers, Leprechaun, and Friday the 13th Part 5.
Wow.
I'm going to top that. I'm going to say Jason Goes to Hell meets Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit.
So Whoopi goes to hell, or
all the nuns are deadites.
Well, I mean, if you look at the background, there is some subtle clues that's what they were implying, back then. But that's a podcast right there.
Yeah, no, Jason Goes to Hell is completely a standalone to Evil Dead universe. I don't care what anyone says.
So is Sister Act 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct.
When you're right, you're right.
Yeah, we
He
proved it.
comes out at the end when they're all hugging, and he comes out of the ground and takes them all down with him.
So I'm gonna rein you back in, Ray. Do you have any comments about the new Rejects film?
No.
There was a lot of build up to.
Well, okay, I'll say something, you know, but I just, as it was already said, because you know the end of the second movie, they went down in the rain of bullets that took 25 minutes to get through. I mean, in slow motion again. But like the only thing I would like to see maybe is a prequel. But now all of them are old as shit. So, yeah. I mean, I don't even want to see a prequel. It's just, you know, that's the only option I would go with if I was making the movie is do something that took place earlier, because they're dead. I mean, they got shot to hell at the end of the.
Sure, they weren't wearing their stupid fucking like tinfoil armor from the beginning of the movie. Maybe that's what they were doing.
No, yeah, no. Actually, they had this cream they put on that was armor.
I have a theory. I would like to
like SPF 320.
I would like to say that every bullet missed every major organ and artery. So maybe that's how they lived.
Wait, hold on. What if this actually takes place between House of Thousand Corpses and the Devil's Rejects? What if it's like a Saw type of deal? Where it starts off at their autopsy, and then they like find like I guess it's supposed to be set in the 70s, of course, so like an 8mm reel of film inside his wife's stomach, and then they play it back, and then it's like a found footage thing.
That would actually be a better idea than probably what Rob Zombie's cooking.
Well, no, isn't that the plot for the next Hellraiser?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you know what? Probably.
I think you're all wrong. I think Edward Furlong is going to come back from the future and revive them, and they're just going to get really stoned in a hotel room.
Automatons.
And Shannon Elizabeth's going to be in it, and she turns into a demon.
And a snowman.
And then a snowman comes out. And
she has a snowman baby because she was impregnated in Jack Frost. That's my fan theory.
Man. Oh, man. Michael Jackson.
Well, that brings it back to Michael Keaton, because he was in the other Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. The 7 Degrees of Michael Keaton.
I meant to say Michael Jackson was Jack Frost. I meant Michael Keaton. Fuck my life. Just brings her in the shower. Is like, you're not a little boy. Fucking man, I hate pedophile humor.
But you laugh really hard at it.
I just like Michael Jackson was just like, you know, I don't know how I can confuse Michael Keaton and Michael Jackson.
I don't either. That's random.
One of them was Batman. The other one just like the red leather.
You know.
I miss Michael Jackson.
So if we could take the title of the new film literally, 3 from Hell, do you think he's going to cook up some kind of crazy like resurrection from hell type scenario?
Dr. Satan resurrects them.
Yeah, I mean,
Dr. Satan.
Dr. Satan resurrection.
Dr. Satan at all in the Devil's Rejects? Was that even?
No, he's not.
No, he's not at all. It was all.
They pretty much ignored the plot of the House of Thousand Corpses anyway in Devil's Rejects. So like, why don't they like? Is anyone really gonna fucking bitch about continuity? Like seriously, with those movies? Like I feel like they'll just rise from the grave, like you were saying, or Dr. Satan will resurrect them. Like
yeah,
Dr. Satan.
Yeah, we didn't really get Dr. Satan.
I can see that.
He was the coolest part. Him and the guy in the gas mask at the end of the House of Thousand Corpses was the best part.
Yeah,
there's barely anything to it. I want to see that movie with them. You know, maybe that's what it'll be. Maybe he's the 3 from Hell aren't implying, you know, his wife Bill Moseley and Sid Haig. Maybe it's Dr. Satan, the guy in the gas mask, and some other freakazoid.
Well, no, but it will be his wife. We know that, guaranteed.
Oh, of course.
It doesn't matter if it's a remake of find a way to put her.
She's going to play Dr. Satan's mom.
She's free. She's free cast.
No,
oh my God.
Lucifer. Why aren't we fucking writing this movie? Like,
I don't know. You know, there was a deleted scene in Devil's Rejects with
Rosario
Dawson.
Yes, you get your throat cut or whatever, right?
Yeah, like they brought Dr. Satan into the hospital, and like she was like working on him, and then he rips her throat out, and then they did that was it. That was like the only time you saw Dr. Satan was like in a deleted scene. And
for Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, I saw that online. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
why they cut that out? They felt that it bogged down the plot, and it didn't make any sense in the overall narrative they were going for. So
apparently not.
Yeah.
Taking out a continuation of a main character, or at least a baddie from the first
film. Screen time away from William Forsythe. That's why.
It's kind of like they just like threw the first movie out the window with Devil's Rejects. Like, remember these 3 characters?
You're exactly right, Brian. Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, like, it just seemed like, okay, I'm going to change this movie and the layout and forget everything that you saw in House of a Thousand Corpse. Here's Devil's Rejects, and it's a Southern Gothic action movie with a Leonard Skinner soundtrack. It was completely different.
Really fucking fruity, okay?
Dude,
I'm so sick of hearing that from people. Like, so, like, what is it that people love so much about the Devil's Rejects? Like, I really do genuinely want to understand. Like, it was just a series of set pieces of them like torturing people, which was mildly entertaining at first, but it just gets old.
Like, did I ever tell you the time I shake Johnny Cash's hand? Shook my hand.
Here we go.
We'll see about that in the Devil's Rejects.
Let's ask people over on Facebook land.
Has anybody been commenting?
Why? Yeah, you guys like the Devil's Rejects.
Today at school.
We'll find out.
Well, my daughter's got to tell me about school. I'll be right back.
Daddy,
Okay.
Hi, Helena. Oh, he muted it.
Helena. So yeah, I asked the Facebook feed, why do people like Devil's Rejects? And there's only 4 people watching.
Sweet.
So my daughter wanted to chime in on the Devil's Rejects. She said she got to feed Otis today, the school guinea pig.
The school guinea pig is named.
Yeah, Bill Moseley's character's name is Otis. That's so kind of tied in a little bit.
That's what I thought you said. I thought you first said the school painkiller, and then I realized you said guinea pig.
Yeah, same thing. Is it?
Guinea pigs are cute. They can kill your pain.
Juliet Jones says, I don't like that film.
Julia Jones.
Well, you are in welcome company.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, neither do we. Well, I don't know. When I was younger,
I like it, but I can't place why I like it.
It's not a horror movie, in my opinion.
Oh, no.
It's horrific, at times.
I mean, I'd say it's pretty firmly a horror movie just because of the it's got all the genre tropes, but I mean, narratively speaking, it's really not. It's just a road movie where they're torturing people. But
yeah,
I mean, but like that's a much deeper argument, like what constitutes horror versus not. But I don't know. It just felt like it's all of Rob Zombie's movies are just mishmashes of other stuff. It's why it reminds me of Tarantino. It's just like a cool retro soundtrack and a bunch of homages to other stuff, and it's like that's cool, but why don't you like do something original?
Yeah.
I mean, all of his music was that too. It's not like, that's what I loved about Rob Zombie as a kid was it was all horror movie stuff. I mean, like he fucking bought the rights to the Creepazoid from the movie, the big robot thing that dances around on stage and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Name another musician who's got a reference to Dr. Goldfoot's Bikini Machine in their songs. But I don't know. It just doesn't translate to movies that well. It's just like, he's remaking Halloween and stuff. It's like, just let it die. Like, we already have them. We don't need more of this. Like, do something different. Because what's going to be in 10 years? It's going to be people like me that are making homages to Rob Zombie and Quentin Tarantino.
Please
no.
Remember
that guy that did that thing that was the other thing? Like,
please continue doing what you're doing, sir.
Well, there's indie filmmakers that want to be like Rob Zombie, and that's just you guys know who I'm talking about, and that's just not the way to be.
Right. Yeah.
But
you know what that looks like.
The one thing, the House of a Thousand Corpses movie, I like that one, but it also is very similar to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in my opinion.
Oh, no, it's TCM2, like, out the ass. Like, if they took the dinner scene from TCM2 and made a feature out of it, that's what it was. It was, like...
Yeah, pretty much.
Costume. It's a haunt... Like, what I liked about it was just like a haunted house. Like, it had that aesthetic, almost like a Beetlejuice kind of like prop design. And I mean, the movie's not good. Like, it's cool, but it's not like a particularly well written or well directed movie. It's just neat.
Lots of cool images and imagery.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Like, I'm not being pretentious. Like, there's a place for that. That's totally cool. But, you know, you did that, move on. Make something better. Like, do something original.
Yeah, the biggest turnoff for me in Devil's Rejects was when they killed that family that was just traveling and they went
The
to the
hotel scene?
Yeah, it just seemed like
20 minutes.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a filler. Like, they're like, we got to add this scene to remind you that these people are not to be fucked with. And then it was like the rest of the movie was good, but like just that part, it was like, why do we have this scene in here? Why do we feel the need to torture this family who's on the road and make it about them for like 20 minutes? And
Well, that's what I mean. It was just a series of brutality set pieces. Well, it was like the plot, as it were, screeches to a halt for that scene. And it's like, do we really need to hear Sherry Moon Zombie giggling maniacally and like fondling an old woman? Like, it's not shocking after like 5 minutes of seeing that over and over again.
no.
Yeah.
Like, we get it.
Well, thank God that Devil's Rejects was the last time that Rob Zombie used his wife in any movie.
Damn it. Damn it.
She was real good in 31. Come on, Puta! Come on!
The best part about 31 was the neo-Nazi Mexican dwarf. He was my favorite part of the movie because he was not only killing people, but he made it fun. And
I feel to see how he was a more effective with a switchblade than Sherry Moon Zombie was with a baseball bat. Like,
the biggest part of 31 that I hated was the last 30 minutes. Because I know that people turned it off. You know, I get it that they turn off watching only 5 minutes of the movie. But I was interested in the movie because it was very old school Rob Zombie. And then the last half hour of the movie, Meg Foster is just staring through a window for like 2.5 minutes. And whatever his name is, the main clown guy, I cannot remember his name as an actor. Yeah. He comes in slow motion and stabs her to death. And then, like, everyone else's death scene was just, like, completely unnecessary. They just killed off the midget. They just fought off a wave of clowns. They just fought off other different types of people. And then, you know, they just start dying one by one.
yeah.
Like in stupid fashion. And it's just like, it just seemed like the last 30 minutes of the movie, Rob Zombie was like, fuck it. I'm just going to put these scenes together and fuck you because my wife is the hero.
That's what he did with Lords of Salem, because I liked the beginning of that movie up till the very like last 15, 20 minutes when it's got super stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
I've never
Three
seen
naked
it.
old
yeah,
you.
on the goat, and I don't know. It was good because there was witches and some mythology.
Foster.
Dee Wallace was in it.
Well, 31, what I hated about it the most was presumably during like this game they keep announcing the odds for everybody, but then their killers are like, okay, we've got a dwarf with a switchblade, and then it's like, oh, then we locked them in a steel cage with two guys with chainsaws, and then it's a guy with a baseball bat, and then a guy with a switchblade. I'm like, what about escalation? Like, I feel like the chainsaw clown should be like the finisher.
Yeah.
Not like Doomhead or whatever the fuck he was. It's like, yeah, he's a scrawny guy wearing a leather jacket. He's got a knife. It's like, okay. Well, those two fuckers had chainsaws, and they were, like, trapped in the room with him. I'm pretty sure they'd get killed there. Like, the sex and death thing or whatever that they had, the two people, I'm like, you're just running out of ideas.
You
Like,
know
that
what?
looked like a $5 Halloween costume.
Yeah. And you know what would have been really cool if the movie was presented the way that it was in the trailers. Nick, we didn't get the trailer for this movie until like a month before it showed at theaters for one day. And when it was building up, when you looked at all this concept art throughout the 3 years that it was in development, it looked like it was Rob Zombie's version of the video game Manhunt.
Yeah,
And
it was like Battle Royale and Manhunt fucking slashers. In
Yeah.
that movie, like, that's what it looked like. It looked amazing.
Yeah. And that's what we got for the first hour and a half of the movie. And then that last half hour, it was just, what are you doing? Where are we going with this? Why are we not finishing this strong as we started? And, I know that some of you guys did not like the movie at all from the beginning. But an old school Rob Zombie, White Zombie horror fan in me was like, we can pull through this. He's making some changes that he did not, stick with in Halloween 2, and Lord of Salem, which I have not seen. But it was very different from Devil's Rejects. It was leading more towards House of a Thousand Corpses. Yeah, and then the ending was just like, what the fuck?
The art direction, the costumes, that all felt very House of a Thousand Corpses, which is what brought me back, because I was like, I'm not watching any more of his movies. And I went out and I rented, digitally, VOD that, because I'm like, I have to see this movie. Mm-hmm. And then they had like Malcolm McDowell and all that shit where they're like wearing powdered wigs, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird and cool, and they just don't go anywhere with it. But the worst thing is the editing and the camera work and the editing in that movie were embarrassing. It looked like he hired film school students to do it. Seriously, I was like, I could not handle watching it. Like the opening scene when he what the fuck's his cool serial killer guy is having his embarrassing like 10-minute monologue, like staring directly at the camera, and then he then he like axes that priest. His eye line is up here. The guy he's talking to is here. And I'm like, did anyone teach you how to fucking edit, like how to shoot properly? Like it was so, I'm like, this is so lazy. Like, I'm a film fest judge. I disqualify movies for this kind of shit. Because they clearly don't understand what they're doing. But this is like an established filmmaker, and it was just bad.
So, in a film aspect, technical speaking, this was also an atrocious film.
I just thought it was a shittily made movie. Like, I really did. There was just a lot of bad stuff in it. Because, like, as much as I don't like the Devil's Rejects or the Halloween remake or any of that, they were well-made movies. Like, they were shot and edited and everything very, very well.
Oh, yeah.
But this, like, what was a Kickstarter movie, I guess? Maybe they just had a really low budget. I don't know. But it was bad. It looked like a bunch of 20-year-olds with DSLRs running around an old factory. Which that's probably what it was, like, literally. And, there's nothing wrong with that either, but it's like... Yeah. I don't know. That movie was a fucking mess. Like, completely a mess. It looked like... There was 3 different concepts going on. They didn't know what to do, so they just kind of mixed it all together.
And you can't blame that on studio takeover.
No, because that was the one he had full control over. That's why I was so critical of it.
Yeah.
And why the fuck was it set in the 80s for like a minute and a half? The whole movie takes place in a fucking factory. Who cares what time period it is?
Because it had to be 80s. I mean,
yeah, it's just
because 80s are in. That's that's all it is.
Yeah. Well, it was 70s actually. It was 70s in this movie, if I recall.
All these movies look like from the 70s.
Lucio Fulci would have made it work.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
He would have had 14.
And Jared's frozen. You were frozen for a while. Would you say 14? And he's frozen again.
Hello.
Fulci
would have had $1,400, a potato chip, and a shoestring, and he would have made it work.
It's true. At the worst, he would have just used footage from the Devil's Rejects to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, and make a movie about a cat inside of a skull, right?
That's using what you got.
But speaking of 70s, we covered House of Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and the third movie coming out. Let's talk Suspiria. I know Ray's extremely happy because he just got the Scream Factory release.
Synapse.
Is it Synapse? Damn it, I keep doing that. I keep confusing the two.
Yeah.
Both expensive with slip covers that everyone wants.
No slip cover.
No slip cover?
No slip cover.
Fail.
Wait, what? You didn't get a slipcover?
Nope.
Dude, I don't even have the Blu-ray and I have a slipcover. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know if it's one or not, but I also got, they had 2 versions they released. One was a 1-discer and the other was a 2-discer. I'm pretty sure I may have gotten the wrong one because I've got the 2-discer and either that or like I was telling Mike before the show started, the the copy I got went up in price from $24 to $43. So, yeah, pretty insane. But it looks amazing. I got it on my TV now, and it sounds great. Which I love the music of the movie, of course. Who doesn't?
Of course.
Remember when they did that shit on the Olympics for like the figure skate or synchronized swimming, and they used the Suspiria theme?
They did?
Yeah, the Russian synchronized swimming team on the Olympics. Look it up. It was it was on at work, and I'm like humming along. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And I look up and I'm like, no way.
Good. Did they fall through a glass ceiling?
Unfortunately, no. I'm pretty sure it was synchronized swimming. Either that or it wasn't ice skating. Maybe it was ice skating. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I'm sure it's on the interwebs. They did at the end, though. They fell into a room full of barbed wire, which I thought was a really strange choice for a finale. But
how synchronized swimming should end. You swim into synchronized swimming in barbed wire. I think that might be good.
Isn't that the end of the Silent Hill movie?
That's going to be the end of the Suspiria remake.
So you're watching it right now. Does it look great?
Oh man, it looks up to date. Other than the costumes and the hair and all that stuff, and knowing that it was from the 70s. I mean, this is a movie that it's a 4K. I think it's a 4K transfer, and this movie deserves that because of all the visuals, the vibrant colors and everything look amazing.
That's that style of photography. The reds always look really red. I'm flaking on the name of it.
Well, there's colors like I never noticed on my DVD copy that are popping on this, like especially
saturated.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Right now, the pianist is getting fired. So
the penis or the pianist?
The pianist.
That's what I thought. My favorite build up to my favorite scene in that movie. When the pianist is walking home from the bar, where the people are doing like this slap face song or whatever, they're slapping each other in the face, and then he's walking home from the bar, and then it starts playing Goblin, and he's just walking through the buildings, and then he's just like his dog's freaking out, and he's just like, what's going on? And you see like silhouette of witches on broomsticks just flying around him. That is my favorite fucking part of the movie.
I actually haven't seen it in years. I remember I was not a big fan of it. I love the way it looks, but I just did not care for the actual movie.
It's a really slow film, but yeah, the moments that shine, they still stand out.
That opening with when she goes through the ceiling or the glass, oh my god.
Yeah.
They used to have a movie, maybe you guys know what this is. It was at Blockbuster when I was a kid. The cover of it was that girl hanging with the glass in her, and it was called like Argento's World of Horror or something. I think it was like a documentary or a collection of clips or something. I guess you're familiar with that.
Like a compilation film?
Yeah, I never rented it, but I always saw that image when I finally saw Suspiria in middle school. I was like, that's that fucking movie. True story.
When was the last time you watched Suspiria?
It's been a while. It's been something I've been meaning to revisit. Now that this 4K is out, maybe I'll just pick it up.
Has it been a hot minute or just a while?
I don't want to say a hot minute, 'cause it's probably been like 5 or 6 years. At least. Actually, probably more like 10.
Oh, wow.
I think I was probably like 5 years old for the last time I saw it, and I'm 15 now, so
yeah.
It's been a while.
Mike, you must have amazing memory, dude.
Amazing memories? Well, thank you, Jerry. It's a little inappropriate, but...
Well, I mean, he posted pictures of his memories yesterday on Facebook.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm glad that Mitch liked them, too. You fucking slut.
It does. It has the chick hanging in Suspiria, and then it has like a hatchet knife going into a film camera.
Oh, you found it? So what is it?
It's Dario Argento's World of Horror.
That's awesome.
Is it on VHS?
Probably. It looks like it came out in 1985. Yeah, it doesn't look like it ever got released on DVD.
That sucks. They should put it in a special feature on a Blu-ray.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like interviews with him or something.
Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that.
I don't know that I've
Ryan, can you find it by Googling the images?
Helena.
You could probably post it better than I can.
Any more T-Raps?
I can't find anything right now, but I would definitely watch it while eating a pizza.
What about
Especially,
toasted ravioli? Would you?
Well, here, let me.
I don't know.
Like,
Only if it was made by Red
You guys are
Baron or
talking Italian
DiGiorno.
horror. I'm like, give me some T-Ravs over here, some toasted ravioli.
Yeah.
Ooh.
T-Rav, that's that rapper, right? That does the auto tuning.
T-Rav?
Yeah.
Rev.
Yeah.
Wait, I
Toasted
thought that-
ravioli? Yeah, I
thought
know.
that was thought that was Little Peep. Little Peep.
Little or little? Because there's two of them.
Little. Right? Little Peep. Lost his sheep. Down over to.
Little Peep lost a sheep.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Still sounds like shit.
you should revisit Suspiria and watch it with DiGiorno's Pizza and
I'm fucking hungry right now. Like Lex was supposed to come over here to get dinner, and now I'm not eating, and everyone's eating around me, talking about Italian food, and I want to pass the horses.
Where is your special cameo appearance from?
She's on her way right now, so hopefully she gets here soon, so then she can want to talk about food.
Feed.
Okay.
She can come on the show if she wants. You guys can eat and talk.
I want to ask her how she feels about your beautiful Phantasm collectors DVD back there. Yes.
Little puppy right there.
Yeah.
You want to see some pretty Phantasm stuff? Check this out.
I do. Phantasm has become one of my favorite series.
I love Phantasm with all my heart. I got that signed by Reggie Bannister.
Woo!
Oh,
I wish it would have happened on the Blu-ray, because now I can't get rid of this fucking DVD. I'm stuck with it, and I could sell it, but it's signed.
Oh, don't sell it. It's Phantasm 2.
Oh no, I'm not gonna sell it now if it's signed, but it's my favorite movie. But I have the Blu-ray now, which I have not watched yet. I was gonna make Lex watch all of them, but I don't know if she would like that.
That's such an interesting movie because they chose to recast Michael in that film, and
yeah, and then they brought him back as the actual guy. Like he went from like a stud to like a junkie in the other ones.
Yeah.
What happened? The studio wanted someone with a name, and then the movie failed.
They wanted a hunk. Like
okay.
They said he wasn't attractive enough. He auditioned, and they're like, "You're kind of Weasley looking, dude. Sorry."
But
He was like a heartthrob in the '70s, though, from the first one.
But I like what Don Coscarelli did, where he killed off the female lead from the second movie and just went back to making his bizarre world of Phantasm again in the third movie, and brought back a Michael Baldwin.
I think I like the third one the best.
Third one is the best out of the sequels.
The second one's the best. The third one's fun though.
Had the fun house, Reggie with the black chick. I mean, what else could you want?
Phantasm 2.
The fourth one I remember was depressing, right? That was like the dark one.
The fourth one.
Well, the second one had that girl like loving on Reggie's head, and that's one of the best.
Alchemy. Alchemy is her name.
Yeah,
the second one's got the chainsaw fight. It's got like all the effects are the best. Like, the Phantasm 2 is like the Aliens of the Phantasm franchise.
Yeah.
The third one's good though. I like the third one. If Phantasm Ravager, I'll even defend that. Like, that movie is not very well liked by a lot of people, but they made it the same way the first one was made. They just kind of went out and just shot random stuff, and the end of it made me cry.
Yeah, I hated the ending. It was like, why? Why did you do that to Reggie? Like,
I thought it was a beautiful.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Was that?
I missed that one. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh shit! Well, spoiler: it sucks.
I wasn't paying attention because that movie would have got ruined for me.
Yeah, no, I hated it. I did not like Ravager. I like some scenes from Ravager. I just didn't like the choice and direction that it went.
Yeah, there's a lot of dumb shit, but
I've heard it wasn't really well liked.
It's not. It's so disjointed because it was supposed to be a web series. They just kind of mishmashed everything together, so the plot points don't really matter. It's not really a plot. It's just like a bunch of stuff. It looks like a fan film. Is basically what it is.
Yeah.
The biggest fan didn't make it. Don Coscarelli.
What's that?
The biggest fan made it. Don Coscarelli.
No, it wasn't directed by him. It was directed by somebody else. It was literally a fan.
I wouldn't consider it canon. That's just me, though.
Well, canon's been closed for years.
No, it absolutely. Ray is correct.
Yeah.
I'd say
Brian.
If anything else, I mean, maybe Gorgon.
I would not consider Last One canon though. I don't know. I
mean,
know
it
we
makes
have
as much sense as all the other ones. Let's just say that. Like,
It was made because Angus Scrum, whatever his name is, was getting old.
I guess he died.
He died, I know.
Yeah.
He was out, I think. Actually, no, he got to see it, I think.
he was his role was good in it though. He wasn't really the tall man. He was he was more Angus Scrim. Like,
yeah, they go back to the guy in the like how he is in the fourth one, like Jebediah Morningside. They flash back some more times. It was really heartbreaking to see him in that role though at the end, like because he died. I loved him so much when I was a kid. He was such a good actor. He seemed like such a sweet old man.
Yeah. But Phantasm, holy shit, that movie scared the shit out of me when I was younger.
Well,
it was just
Phantasm's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
And like I've seen a bunch of Don Coscarelli movies like after like I think the most recent one I watched was John Dies at the End, which was okay. It wasn't bad.
You read the book. The movie is like a fourth of the book. Because they had to cut so much shit out, the movie doesn't make any damn sense.
It doesn't.
But I mean I liked it enough, but Bubba Hotep is my all-time favorite movie. Like that movie is completely
That's going in the next bracket, by the way.
What's that?
That's going to be in the next bracket.
Oh, dude, I'm going to vote for that. I can tell you right now. Another Horror Syndicate exclusive. Michael Barnum will vote for Bubba Hotep.
that was probably
here first.
You can put Bubba Hotep next to White Doomsday, and I'd give Bubba Hotep my fucking vote.
Me
That was
too.
probably like Bruce Campbell's like that was like his best role. Like
No, he should have won a fucking Academy Award for that. That was amazing.
Well, no, you know who should have won an Academy Award is Ossie Davis.
Yeah,
Playing JFK. That was amazing.
He was
They
phenomenal.
both did really well, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
that's
working together was really great.
was that?
Them together was great.
Oh my god. Dude, when they suit up at the end and they come around the corner and that music plays, I cry every single time. It's just, I get like this overwhelming surge of emotion. That movie just, and the short story that Joe Lansdale wrote that it was based on is another brilliant piece of writing. Like,
Now I got to watch that tonight.
It's intimidatingly good.
There's strange ratting on the shithouse walls, man.
Yeah. Beastmaster.
Oh god. You know what, Bubba?
That's my top 3 Don Coscarelli film.
Did you ever see Survival Quest? I feel like we had this conversation before.
Yes, we have, I think.
Okay. Well, we'll just skip it. Sorry, folks.
Bubba Hotep was it inspired me to make this movie called Hospice Scare. And it's about this retirement home, and someone puts hallucinogens in the water supply, and all of the people in the wait staff and the people who live there in the retirement home drink the water, and they start tripping out, and then it turns into Lord of the Flies, where they're trying to survive because they're so like they're tripping so bad that they turn violent, and they start like gathering in groups to like survive. And there's like one group that is like taking over all of the supplies and to shelter, and the other group is like trying to like rebel against them. And the person who put the chemicals in the water supply is like this old like gang leader, and then he brings in his like motorcycle gang to come over and take over the hospital because he's got like stage 4 like something, and he wants to go out like the way that he like rose to the streets. And it's up to this older gentleman, and he meets this older woman there, and they have like a love interest, and they dance to Strangers in the Night at a bingo ball, and then they like fall in love. And then it's him and this woman and a gang of other survivors, such as like some nurses and some other residents, and they're all tripping really bad off of this water supply.
Sounds like they're having a bad trip.
Yeah, and they have to survive like 24 hours so it wears off. And other people just keep drinking the water because they don't know. Some of them are senile. I don't think it's ever going to be made.
They already did make that movie. You realize this? Cocoon 3?
But
Actually, in all seriousness, though, up until the part where you said about the motorcycle gang, that is a book that Adam Caesar wrote called Mercy House. Ooh. Except it's like like some kind of weird drug that they give like the old people for like Alzheimer's, and it makes them mutate into like monsters, and they start like killing each other, and they like go and like it turns into like tribes and shit. It's really fucking weird, but it's actually very similar to what you're describing. You should read it. It's pretty cool.
Well, does this book have a
remaining?
Does this book have an 8-bit synthwave soundtrack? I don't think so.
I mean, it could. Well, you know what does though is Zero Lives Remaining, also by Adam Caesar. I did the trailer for that book.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, thing, yeah. So that's how the soundtrack.
I got one of the VHS clam box.
Yeah, dude, those things are so fucking pretty. Oh my god,
they really are.
But yeah, I don't think Hospice Scare is ever going to see the light of day. And I originally had Lloyd Kaufman as like interest to play the lead role, like kind of like his like farewell, like in acting. But then I was just like, how cool would it be if I got Jack Nicholson to play that role?
Hey, we have our special guest just made an appearance.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yes.
We have
Hello.
the myth, the legend.
Like give her some time to get settled before she jumps into this hot mess of a heart like conversation.
I can't touch your arm. I was about to touch your arm and I can't do that.
Oh yeah, I got inked last night, so she can't touch my arm.
You got
is that what it is? Or I thought it was something else.
I thought you were just sweaty or something.
No, it's I was just real swole. Here, so I'll show the viewers out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, ink.
Yep, it's not done yet.
I thought he said AIDS
right there.
I thought he said AIDS too, Jared. I thought he said AIDS.
No, I did get that. Actually, I was about to make a hepatitis joke, but Pamela Anderson just died from that, so I can't make that joke. It's not funny now.
Wait, is she dead?
No, she died last night while I was getting tattooed. Not because of that.
Whoa, are you serious? Pam Anderson is dead?
I mean, fact check that, but it popped up on my Facebook or something. Someone messaged me that she's dead.
Poor thing.
Hold up.
Death hoax.
It's a hoax.
It's a hoax. Okay, I got really concerned. I was just
like, I can breathe again.
Someone sent me like a fucking NBC article or something, and I was like, why am I getting sent this for one?
You see this world? Death hoax. Pamela Anderson's death is a death hoax. So, thank you, Mike Lombardo, for making me look this up and then being really sappy, I guess, happy and sad. I don't want her to die, but
every 90s
revival. Come on.
I want to see Barbed Wire too.
I knew you were going to do that.
No, I don't.
And knew you were going to do that. A Suspiria spinoff.
Barbed Wire. That was like the Tank Girl knockoff, right?
I don't know what the fuck that was.
I don't know what Barbed Wire was supposed to be. It was something.
An excuse to get her into a tight leather-clad outfit with barbed wire tattoos.
Yeah, that was.
Is that why her name was Barbed Wire? Because she had barbed wire tattoos before the apocalypse?
Was that apocalyptic?
Yeah, it was totally apocalyptic. I think there was like no water, and it was like, and it was so 90s. It's like, the whole world is like destroyed, but we still have 90s techno music and raves.
I only know about that movie because I thought she was hot when I was growing up, and I never fucking watched it.
She was on the cover of Playboy when I was like 11. I was like, oh wow! And then those were the Baywatch days. They were dark days, but
Oh man! I think my favorite part about Baywatch was David Hasselhoff and not knowing that he was going to be in Jekyll and Hyde the musical. I don't know if you guys have ever seen footage of David Hasselhoff in Jekyll and Hyde the musical.
Not.
But I would recommend watching This Is the Moment with David Hasselhoff in Jekyll and Hyde the musical. I would recommend it, highly recommend it, that you do it right after this. I'm so serious.
Wait till it's over, though.
Like, if you never had the urge to become an alcoholic in your life, this video will make you want to be an alcoholic for the rest of your life.
It's quite an endorsement there. I like the sound of that.
You're welcome.
I thought it was going to be inspirational, but that is fucking wrong.
No. The whole musical is hilarious, and it's not supposed to be. And when you're watching Jekyll and Hyde as an audience member, you're not supposed to laugh during, like, the moments where he like turns into Hyde.
This wasn't like on Broadway, was it?
Oh, this was on Broadway.
Wow.
Yes, Jared. Yes,
was this right before he went to rehab and shit?
This was like probably a few years before he went to rehab and made his infamous burger video that his daughter recorded for him on YouTube.
You guys remember that Baywatch Nights or whatever, like the vampire version of Baywatch that lasted like 4 episodes in the 90s?
Wow, no.
Were they vampires?
It was called Baywatch. Well, it was Supernatural or something, but it was still it was Baywatch. I think it was called Baywatch Nights. I don't remember. Someone should fact check that too, because I'm full of inaccuracies tonight, it seems.
You were right about the Argentinio's World of Horror, though.
That's true. The DiGiorno special, yes.
Yeah. I just shared that on the Facebook page a little bit ago. Let's see here. Baywatch Nights. How are you doing, Lex?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm sorry. You guys are talking. You guys are talking about stuff. I don't want
That's
to
Quinn,
interrupt.
you're live.
Yeah, I know, but you guys are talking about stuff that I'm not talking about. So.
Hey, Brian, did you see the?
Are you not a David Hasselhoff fan?
I've only seen him in the SpongeBob movie. That's it.
You've seen enough.
His voice joined country.
Wait a minute. Now
his voice took down the Berlin Wall.
Now we cannot knock David Hasselhoff off completely. Let's talk about True Survivor, the music video, and the song he recorded for Kung Fury.
Oh my god, for Kung Fury.
Yes. That was like gold to my ears.
Diamonds on the streets.
Right on the streets.
I don't know.
So, Brian, this is off topic, off topic. But
yeah, exactly.
Did you see the and Lex? I don't know. I'll talk to you about this too. The guys from that Resident Evil podcast are getting their own game made from the guy.
Residents of Evil, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Don't really have an opinion of them. You call them jackasses.
But they're doing the Resident Evil 2 remake. That guy is making a game.
No, he was. And then Capcom shut him down because they're working on Resident Evil 2 remake, and then you're just making their own game now.
Yeah, he's doing his own survival horror game. It looks really cool. I was watching.
Yeah, I posted an article up on the Horror Syndicate. Residents of Evil teamed up with Mooglin. And Moonglint was originally doing the this fan RE2 like reboot, which looked awesome because like you could play like classic style or you could play Resident Evil 4 over the shoulder style, and it looked like the zombies weren't like really completed yet. It because if you shoot them in the head, they still like came after you, which is like unheard of.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, like the footage looks really good. And then Capcom was like, no, we're going to put the kibosh on this, and we're going to make our own Resident Evil 2 remake, that we're just never going to talk about ever again until, maybe a month ago last year. We're like, we're still making it. We promise. But I'm glad that Residents of Evil is becoming a thing because they said you could play, as the members from the video, from, their YouTube page. And it's just like, okay, well, I would like it more if they made it multiplayer and more like Resident Evil Outbreak because that would be fucking sweet.
That sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I heard nothing about this before.
It's going to be free. It's going to be free on PC. And then they're talking about platforming later on. But
yeah, I'm one of those guys. I don't play computer PC games, so I'd have to wait.
I used to, but not anymore. I try to keep my computer game free so I can do work, and that doesn't really work either. But
so I need to interject real quick. Mike Lombardo, you are on fire. You're 2 for 2 tonight.
Whoa, hold on. You saw those pictures?
Wait, so Pamela Anderson is dead.
I'm not going to comment on the pictures, but I will talk about Baywatch Nights.
Oh, snap. Okay, let's hear it.
I don't think the pictures need to be discussed tonight. That could be saved for an entire episode next time.
Yeah.
But it was a science fiction drama series that actually lasted fucking 44 episodes.
That's like one season in bad 90s TV show.
You were on fire, sir.
So what was it actually? It was about Mitch and stuff, though, right?
David Hasselhoff and Donna D'Errico, who was she was on the original Baywatch, I think, for a little while. I never watched that shit. I just watched it for the
opening credits.
The 4 seconds of the beginning, and then I was like, yeah, I don't care.
Well, because I remember the show because it was out the same time the Friday the 13th show was out, and my grandmother had the Sci-Fi Channel for whatever. That was back when Sci-Fi Channel was like a pay channel and it had like good stuff on it. So I used to watch the Friday the 13th show and get pissed off that Jason wasn't in it. And then I would switch over to Baywatch Nights and be just really, really confused. So I'm like, I don't know what this is supposed to be.
I love this series. I had to buy it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
What is it? I didn't see. What did you hold up?
I got the same box set.
The Friday the 13th show? Yeah.
Yeah.
The third best show about antique dealers. I like the Antique Roadshow a little bit better.
Yeah.
I thought the writing was better, but you know.
I can agree with that.
Well, my favorite like horror shows of the 90s would have to be Friday the 13th, X-Files, Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Tales from the Crypt, and Monsters. I didn't really get into like Tales from the Dark Side or anything like that, or the
I
new
like
Twilight
Tales from the
Zone.
Dark Side a lot.
That was George Romano.
Yes.
George
Romano cheese.
They
Yes.
did a couple of Clive Barker adaptations on there, like the Yattering and Jack got one, and they did Pickman's Model too, the Lovecraft story. It was really good. Monsters is something I want to look into because I don't remember. I remember it existing, but I never watched it. And then I found out that who the hell was the guy that made Redneck Zombies? Pericles Lunas worked as a special effects supervisor on it. So now I have to.
If you have Amazon Prime, they have all the episodes there.
Yeah, but I'll do streaming. I gotta buy it. Like I need to support. You know, I'm not one of those preloaded hippies like some people I know.
The entire
He's
series
not a
is out there.
binger.
Yeah,
the series is out there, and if I found it, if I had it, I would buy it because I went on that.
It was out on DVD. I remember I saw it at the mall once, so I didn't buy it. It was expensive, and I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah, and I wish that they would kept it, but you know, it wasn't such a popular show, you know, especially with like the crowds today. So of course it went out of print, but you can find it still on like Amazon.
What era was that? Was it 70s or 80s?
It was 90s. It was late 80s.
Oh shit, was it?
90s.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a fun show.
Friend loves is The Haunting Hour. That was like the successor to Goosebumps.
Oh, okay. I guess that was after my time, I guess.
I never watched a single episode of Goosebumps.
Oh, are you kidding? I have the box set back there.
I've watched every single episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark like 4 times though.
That's the fucking best. That's top tier.
That's Canadian kid horror at best.
Well, it is. It is. Lex, tell them about Haunting Hour.
I don't remember what year it came out, but The Haunting Hour it's pretty much the successor to Goosebumps. It says R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour. I don't know how he's involved in it, but he is somehow. And it's pretty much Goosebumps stories kind of changed up a little bit. And
darker.
It's a lot darker. The production value is way better, so it's way scarier than Goosebumps. Goosebumps was like cheesy stuff.
Right.
Haunting Hour has like some legitimately freaky things in it. There's this one episode where it's kind of like a spin on Slappy, but it's like an American Girl doll thing where, you know, there are girls out there who get like dolls and stuff, and they get all this shit for their dolls and their hair's done and all like crazy
Like they
stuff.
get like twins. Like you ever see the kids do that?
They get twins of themselves, like the doll.
It's not like a real doll. It's like a kid thing, but it's real fucking weird. But this girl does that, and like it comes to life and starts like doing bad.
Yeah,
shit.
it was made with like a bad soul, so it's like evil, and it takes over the girl's life, and then the real girl becomes the doll, and then the doll's has a human form now.
It's got a real Are You Afraid of the Dark vibe to it. You should check it out. It's actually
It's
pretty
good.
From the Haunting Hour, who produced it?
Yeah. Just look up R.L. Stine's The Haunting Hour.
It's
You'll
on
find
DVD though. Most of it is. There's a lot of like B movie episodes. Like they did one where they get sucked into a drive-in movie, and it's like Attack like the Tick, or I Was a Teenage Tick Monster, and like so they have a lot of that kind of shit. It's pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check it out. I love like a half-hour TV horror like that.
it's good.
I live for it.
Anthology horror is like the best.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Especially kids. I don't know why. I just love kid horror. Like I love that for some weird reason.
You don't see a lot of kid horror shows nowadays. It's like, you know, they've given up on trying to scare the children.
Well, everything is sci-fi now. It's all the young adult shit is all sci-fi stuff.
Which is why I was really happy when The Haunting Hour came out, because it was like, I feel like it's been like the last most recent horror kid show that came out. Like there's like there's nothing really else that's kid horror now. That was like the last thing. But
Yeah,
I think
that is a good point. There really isn't anything out there anymore for that kind of stuff.
yeah, some of the cartoons that we watch or that I watch, Gravity Falls, has a lot of horror. It has horror references in it, but you know, it's not like.
You guys ever see Gravity Falls?
That
show is fucking awesome. It's like these two kids that go to their great uncle's place. He has like a tourist trap
in Oregon.
In the middle of this town called Gravity Falls, and they like investigate supernatural shit. It's one of the guys that was involved in Rick and Morty. There's like Rick and Morty references in it and stuff. It's really good. It's like Rick and Morty for kids. Mixed with the X
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Gravity Falls was really good. It had a Thing reference where they go down into an underground bunker, and there's a shapeshifter down there, and it keeps taking the form of the kids that are down there, and it keeps tricking them, and it's trying to get out. And they're like, well, if we let this thing escape, we'll never be able to trust anybody in town ever again. And then there's this.
There's a Cthulhu episode.
Well, no, Cthulhu appears in it, but it's not centered around Cthulhu.
You know what? They need to make a good Cthulhu movie. I feel like we have not had a Cthulhu movie or a Cthulhu game, like, ever.
They're doing a new Call of Cthulhu game.
It was a Kickstarter thing, wasn't it?
No, it's like a AAA game. I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but I saw the trailer for it. It looks incredible.
But it's not going to be about the monster itself. It's going to be about the cult, right? Because that's what they did with the other video games. They just
but I mean that's what the story is, though. The Call of Cthulhu is like a 2-page story, and it's pretty much about the cult. So I mean, once Cthulhu rises, that's pretty much just like an apocalyptic end game. Like I don't think that you could really, although it'd be cool to have like a post-apocalyptic like Cthulhu world movie. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck it would be. Like maybe a Water World, I guess, but without Dennis Hopper.
Well, South Park had the best rendition of Cthulhu.
I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about Cthulhu taking over the world and Cartman just bossing him around and shit.
Wait, what episode was that?
Well, he was the coon, right? The Cartman was the coon.
Yeah, the coon. That was great. It's when Cartman tries to become a superhero called the Coon. He looks like a raccoon. And
he's got coon brains.
And he gets really pissed off at all of his friends and stuff. So I can't remember the episode, like word for word or how it happens, but he helps Cthulhu rise or something, and he goes to talk to Cthulhu, and he's like, we need to destroy. I can't remember. He wants to. I know he wanted Cthulhu to like destroy synagogues and stuff because
what was Butter's name? He was like
Mysterio.
Something.
Mysterion was Kenny.
That was Kenny. That's right.
It was Wild Berry Crunch or something like that. I don't know.
That wasn't Butters. That was somebody else. I can't remember.
So that was my nickname in high school.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
But that episode also gave a twist on how Kenny was able to keep dying and coming back alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the cults, like he was involved in like the cult's magic or something, his parents were, and then
spoiler alert.
Every time he keeps dying, he keeps getting like reborn or something through the cult's magic.
I love it. They honestly do need to make a Cthulhu movie because. I just want to see what Cthulhu does. Like, I know it's like, we can't really record anything after he rises or she. I'm not going to be gender specific here, but once Cthulhu arises, like, yeah, I know it's Endgame because basically everyone. But I want to know what he does or she does to kill everybody.
Everyone will revert into like wild, like ritualistic orgies and sacrifices and stuff. Like everyone would just go crazy.
Well, isn't that what he does anyway? Like when he's under the ground or something, it just makes people insane.
Oh yeah, he invades their dreams, I guess. But like the thing is, Lovecraft didn't really write about Cthulhu. It was all August Derleth. He did like the Cthulhu mythos, which I actually haven't read. But so I don't know what they would do. Like, yeah, I mean, as we just I always thought he was just like a kaiju. He just kind of goes around and eats people and stomps on stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
unless he makes all the I guess he'd make the deep ones rise and all that kind of shit. So it'd probably be like a global like sea monster apocalypse. Something maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I always imagined it being very much like a kaiju and just like coming up and just, fighting buildings and stuff like that, and
Well, he did
blasted by the Power Rangers.
He did rise once before, but he was taken out by a group of New York scientists, Peter Venkman, Egon Spangler, in an episode of the Real Ghostbusters cartoon show called The Cat Call. It was the Collect Call of Cat Cthulhu.
Oh, okay.
But they actually did a full-on, like, serious Lovecraft episode with Miskatonic University, the Necronomicon, all that shit. It got banned.
Roger and Stantz were there. It got you. Okay.
But it's really excellent. But Cthulhu does rise at the end of that, and they have to fight him.
That's
pretty-
awesome.
Have you seen the episode? You said it got banned?
Yeah, it's on play on YouTube. I have the box set, but yeah, because they couldn't. The network didn't allow them to have horror writers' names. They weren't allowed to have cults. It's actually like violent. Like the deep ones are attacking them, and they're like blowing off their limbs, and they're regenerating in the sewers. It's pretty cool.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember it offhand. I know I've seen all of those episodes because I have the box set too.
Do you have the Firehouse or the new one they just put out?
I don't want to say it, but it's pirated.
Jared. Well, no, before like 5 years ago, you couldn't get it anywhere, and then the box set was like $200. Now it's like $20 at Walmart.
Yeah, so I might have to double check. I might not even have it on the thing I have.
It's worth picking up. It's got some excellent episodes.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of anthologies that I need to watch. Friday the 13th being one example. I still need the rest of the Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt was my favorite
Oh my
out
god.
of all of them because like that was like the one time where your parents told you cannot watch this. You can watch Goosebumps. You can watch Are You Afraid of the Dark. You cannot watch Tales from the Crypt because it's on HBO and it got adult.
And it's
content.
on late at night, and it's adult talk time.
Well,
And it's
Fox,
followed by like Silk
UAM.
Stockings.
It's USA Silk Stockings in Melrose Place.
Yeah.
I was about to bring those up when we were talking about Baywatch Nights. But yeah, Tales from the Crypt. I used to stay up every night and watch that. Then when Sci-Fi Channel stopped being a pay channel and it's like normal cable, I used to watch their chain reactions where they just play like 20 episodes in a row. That's my favorite show of all time. Like,
Yeah.
so good.
You ever check out the cartoons on ABC? Cartoon.
Oh yeah,
on
the
Saturdays. Yeah.
I have one of the DVDs of it, but I can't find anymore. They also had the kid book series, where was little comics and stuff. Actually, here, hold this back.
Yeah, they're my favorite.
I was just reading the big hardbacks of Tales from the Crypt, the original comics.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
And now, is that the same artist who does Creepshow?
What's that?
Is that from the same artist who does Creepshow?
Creepshow.
The Creepshow comics?
Creepshow, the comic tie-in was done by oh my god, the incredibly famous fucking
It's definitely done in the same style as those
Yeah,
original
well these are
ones.
the 50s ones. This was all
Yeah.
Graham Ingalls and Al Feldstein wrote them. There's a bunch of EC artists in the 50s. But Creepshow is obviously a reference, is just a big homage. But I cannot remember the fucking guy. He just died, I think. The horror artist. Oh, what is his fucking name? He's a comic book artist. That's not helping. Oh, let me Google this. Bernie Wrightson. Was that him? Is that he the one who did
Probably.
I think he might have done the Creepshow comic tie-in. Are you looking this up, Brian? Are you
No, I was just closing out windows from messages from people on Facebook. Because that's me. I'm just a busy person.
Where the fuck is Ray?
I don't know where Ray is. But you could probably hear us. I don't know. But we'll probably wrap this up in a few minutes so we can get ready for our next content of the night, which will be VHS Midnight Presentation, which has a couple of good movies playing, a double feature like always. Horror double feature. I'm not going to name the titles because we are live, but
You have to tune in to find out, guys. That's part of the fun.
that is. I love it. We have such a little fan base now. Like the same 30 people join, and then when there's sex scenes, we get like 200 people watching, and then the sex scenes are over. We're like, it's not that kind of movie. What was that?
That's disgusting. They show intercourse in these films?
Yeah.
You fucking believe that shit, Lex Queen?
Intercourse.
I mean, she's all like into that. I'm not.
What?
I'm saving myself for the Lord.
Oh my god.
Lord Humongous. And he's very disappointed in you.
Hi, we are disappointed. I fucking love that movie.
Just fast forward and I'll let you live.
But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun talking about especially stuff that we weren't planning on talking about tonight, like the anthologies and Cthulhu and Resident Evil, Residents of Evil, it's just always a great time to go on every Friday night and just discuss horror with you gentlemen and of course ladies. Talking about you, Mike, and Lex.
Of course.
Ladies.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm chopped liver over here.
Yeah. Jared likes this movie called 31, and he's actually getting the tattoo of Doomshead on his right butt cheek.
No. If I do ever decide to do it, you guys will be the first to see it live on Facebook Live. But
Here he is.
It's not going to happen.
Our fearless leader. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I was just wondering where you went.
I left.
You left.
Toasted ravioli. Give the man a break.
That's what I was doing. I was actually not eating the toasted part. I was peeling it open and pulling the meat out and putting it in my nose.
Oh.
You were
amazing for something? Or like you literally like
he's
toasted ravioli.
He's mainlining the toasted ravioli.
I actually broke my fucking toaster trying to make toasted ravioli.
You know that you bunch it up together in America. you American pied your carton of toasted ravioli.
It's a real shame. I should have stuck with George Romano and Dario DiGiorno.
Dario DiGiorno, Argentina. I'm still waiting to see your infamous interview with those we shall not name.
I don't know that I even did one. I don't remember. I know I was approached, but I did a bunch of them that day, and I don't remember because half of them never got aired. So I don't know what the dealio with that is. Not every site is on top of things as the Horror Syndicate is. That's what I learned.
I wanted to do an interview with you and your cast, but then like that, the people who are doing the interview with you were just like taking forever. And then and me and Kevin were just walking around looking for soda machines. And then I figured when I came back, I would be able to get a full interview of you and your everyone there, your mom, Kevin, Hope, and just like your whole crew that was there. And but it just like that interview that you're doing was like forever.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what are they talking about?
Get put up. I could not find it. I found the website. We're not going to name it. It's not on there. You know what is on there? A bunch of fucking Star Wars memes.
You know what? You know what?
You fucking co-opted my time for that long and don't post that fucking interview. I'm going to be wildly irritated.
I heard that you were approached to be in Welcome to Tromaville Part 2.
Oh my God.
Now, is that true? Do you want to talk about that?
I was also offered a cheese sandwich.
Was it at least toasted?
I don't think it was. That's the problem.
Mayonnaise or no mayonnaise?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
I
was flattered but stern. I was like, I'm not all into that. I'm in a committed relationship. I can't just be eating other men's sandwiches.
Hey guys, I want to.
Where did he make this cheese sandwich?
It's a fucking rhino. There was the New Jersey Con was a strange time. That's all I can say. It's a strange weekend. Sorry, Ray. What were you saying?
No, I was
Did the guy offer you a cheese sandwich, Lex?
Never mind.
I didn't go.
Oh, you weren't there?
I was extremely disappointed that you weren't there, Lex. I was like, I hope she comes wearing a Resident Evil shirt to represent.
I know. I would have.
He had one of those signs you have at the airport that said Lex Quinn, and he was carrying it around, and I was like, I don't know how to break this to you.
Ray,
Yeah,
what
I
were
had
you
to
about
work
to
and I
say, man?
couldn't get out of it.
Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off, Ray.
That's okay.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Ray, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna go back to that. I wanna figure out a way to get Mike Lombardo to come to Horror Hound in August. That's what I wanna work on.
Where is that in Indiana? Is that the one that's
Yeah.
coming up in like a week?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, that's what it is.
Hell of a town.
See, I hear so many good things about Horror Hound. I would love to. It's just I gotta really be careful with my travel because I've got a bunch of shows to do, and it costs so much fucking money to go to a show.
I'm telling you, you can bunk up with me, Jared, and Brian.
Oh, all you guys are all gonna be there?
You know you're gonna love that. We're thinking about getting a booth actually.
They're not sold out yet?
No,
How much does a booth cost?
I think it was $350.
Yeah, it was over 300, I think.
Damn. That's a lot of toasted ravioli. I gotta say.
I know. I'm gonna be stuffing ravioli for the next 6 weeks to pay it off.
Well, you guys should all come down to Pennsylvania, and I'll put you up, and it would be a very good time. We could do the Horror Syndicate Lives from my living room. I've got a blood wall. Be a good background.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Why don't you show us the background sometime?
Yeah, I will. I'll show you the casting couch, the whole nine.
Where do
Yes.
you live exactly? Are you close to
First dibs on the couch.
Philadelphia?
What'd you say, Ray?
Are you closer to Pittsburgh or Philadelphia?
Philadelphia. Pittsburgh's like 6 hours for me. Philly's like an hour.
Holy shit.
Pennsylvania's like the size of a fucking small country. Like it's,
I used to travel to Lancaster back in like 2006 to go to Sonic before Sonic made its way over here in New
Wait,
Jersey.
you actually traveled out of state to go to fucking Sonic?
Yeah, well, this was
Why?
desperate times, Mike.
Sonic is not good. At least it's not anymore. The one in Lancaster. They had
We
this
used to-
weird memorial plaque that said Enright on it. Like I didn't. Oh my god, is that? I always thought it was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 reference, but
It was no. What happened was they were filming a
not left.
Sasquatch video, and I pulled over on the side of the road to furiously fap, and they videotaped me doing it, and they said, "Wow, what is your name?" And the only thing I screamed was "Enright," and that's why that plaque is there
Furiously fapping? Really?
in front of Sonic. Yeah, I had an Ocean Breeze from Sonic.
Well, at
and
least you got a Route 44 to go with it.
that's right.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I like their conies. Their extra long conies.
Aren't they good?
Wait, what's an
I think
extra?
they're good. Put some onion, put some mustard on there. You're good to go.
It's got chili and cheese on it. And
What
You
is
guys,
it?
you guys have the restaurant called Freddy's anywhere? It's like
I got a Freddy's.
Freddy, is that a regional thing or is that?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. It's like a steak and shake type of restaurant where
I got one in my town. Yeah.
so I went there. They just put one in the parking lot of the Home Depot I work at, and I went there the other day and they got this number 4 combo. You get a cheeseburger and a hot dog, and the hot dog comes on fucking Texas toast. Let me tell you something. That is a fucking game changer.
Like Texas, does it have like butter and stuff on it, or is it just plain Texas toast?
Yeah, it's like garlic bread.
What the fuck? That's so weird.
Delicious is the right word.
Guys, my stomach is like literally like doing fucking flip flops right now. We've been talking about food so much.
Well, I thought you got food brought to you.
No. We're gonna go get food somewhere. We're gonna procure foodstuffs.
Well, what are you gonna get?
Hunt. What's that?
What are you gonna get?
I don't know. I guess that depends on how I play my cards tonight.
No, don't touch his arm.
I'm hoping for a roast beef triple decker and some cheese fries. That's not a euphemism. I mean that seriously.
Where did you get this?
Grapes.
Seriously.
Where's the place to go?
The Linden Diner. Which, if you guys come down and visit, I will take you
For
to.
me and Jared to be up to visit, but
I'll tell you what. Me and Victoria will have the grandparents babysit the kid.
how
We'll
far
come
away
up
are
and
you,
we'll-
Brian, from him?
Lancaster. I'm about an hour and 15 minutes from him.
Say you're in
Just to
Jersey.
hang out all the time.
So how
Yeah.
late is this diner open? Because it's
24
almost.
hours.
Ooh,
24 hours, baby.
Oh, I
Wow.
love See, East Coast diners. That's what happens when you
Yeah,
live on the
except
East
don't go to
Coast.
fucking Jersey diners, as I discovered, unless you want to profusely vomit for 3 days.
I'm in.
Not all Greek diners in New Jersey will make you vomit. Just the ones that are terrible, which are like 80% of them. There's a good 20% out there.
Yeah, well, to tie this back into horror somehow, Blood Diner. We can.
Oh Lord.
Everyone who hasn't seen Blood Diner should watch Blood Diner. Vestron put out the-
Jackie Kong.
That movie's ridiculous.
Jackie Kong.
So hey, Mike, do you know a guy? He used to be on the show. His name's Ray Canelli. He was one of the original people from Sci-Fi, and throughout most of our first like 20 episodes of shows, he would not shut up about Blood Diner. I'm like, well, Ray likes it. It must be good. I bought the Vestron, paid $27 for that fucking movie.
Worth every penny.
I don't remember what I watched. Oh,
I made Lex Quinn watch it like 4 times. she's still.
yeah, I saw that look.
I can tell by the look.
Yes, right up there. It's signed. It's just out of the camera view, but it's signed by Jackie Kong. I even made my own Hush Puppy head.
Should I put that on the next bracket?
Yes, do it.
I'll do it for Mike Lombardo, and every time
It is a standalone, so yeah.
I'll say
do
Mike
it for
Lombardo.
Mike.
He's got a GoFundMe page set up to fund his next project, Blood Diner, the remake, starring Lex Quinn.
Make sure you add Monster Squad to that list because Mike Lombardo loves that movie.
I don't know if I'm going to put Monster Squad on there.
You have to. Come
I'm
on.
not a fan of Monster Squad.
Why
I
not?
love Monster Squad, but I don't know if I want to put it on this list.
Come on, for me, put Monster Squad on there.
For you?
Is it because you don't want to see Monster Squad lose?
No,
It's-
I don't care about that. It's going to lose because I already know what's going to win. It'll lose.
Oh, those are fighting words.
No, it's look, whenever I make these brackets, I there's a clear-cut winner. Like making the sequel one, I know I'm almost certain Evil Dead 2 is going to win. Or
Yeah,
Alien.
Aliens or Evil Dead 2?
Yeah.
Man, these are rigged.
They're not rigged, but
There's a ringer.
Well, here's the thing, Mike. Every time we've done any kind of, I'm sorry, Mitch. Anytime we've done any kind of bracket,
You're
Halloween,
embarrassing me in front of Lex, Ray.
but Halloween always wins, and it really annoys me. So I want to do brackets without any kind of Halloween movies in there.
Like you mean Michael Myers Halloween, or like Halloween genre, like just in general?
Michael Myers Halloween.
Oh, we'll put up Halloween 3. Well, I guess people don't hate that anymore.
Well, no, see, that's the one thing I wanted to talk about in this standalone bracket. Could I put Halloween 3 in there?
Yes.
Because it's not tech. It's
I think so.
sequel,
It's
not the
completely
sequel.
unrelated.
Just put
Yeah,
Halloween
exactly.
Season of the Witch.
It's not technically. It's not tied to the series. You
Well,
know,
we're talking anthology stuff on this episode. I mean, that's literally what it was supposed to be. I mean,
Yeah, once they came out with it, that was their idea going forward.
yeah.
They wanted to do a different movie every year, and then fans fucking flipped, and they're like, well, I guess we'll go back to the old thing.
And then we'll have 3 separate timelines and 11 movies. Or no, 4 separate timelines.
I got a question for you guys. Is
Please.
Get Out worth it? Is it worth it to watch Get Out?
but is The Witch scary? Is it even a horror movie?
Is the Veronica really that scary? I hate subtitles. I hate to read. Does anyone else hate reading subtitles? Who's better, Freddy or Jason?
Wait, post like the sickest, most like scary ass, gory, disturbing thing. I can totally take it, but not like the Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was like too much.
Yeah, and sometimes reading subtitles is too much. No, I enjoy reading subtitles. I'm okay. with it.
Freddy's better.
All right. Is Get Out worth it?
Worth
I still
what?
haven't seen it actually. I need to watch it.
I'm making fun of horror pages.
Oh, I know what you're doing, but I'm just.
Oh yeah, guy, yeah.
every like that's the thing of this week. It's like I've been on like 7 different like horror pages, horror groups, and that's basically every conversation. Is Get Out worth it? The Witch wasn't scary. Did anyone else hate this movie?
I did.
Veronica wasn't scary. Who's better, Freddy, Jason, or Mike Myers? Or
And I hate reading subtitles.
I hate reading subtitles. Who else hates reading subtitles?
Oh, you should do a bracket of. You should do Resident Evil 2 and then Resident Evil the games. See
Hey,
what people
Mike.
vote.
Resident Evil 4.
The next movie you make, can you make it in English, of course, but with subtitles?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do. I'll cast only people from New Jersey, so I have to put subtitles.
Yeah, there you go. But no, like have Italian subtitles or something like that you can't turn off.
Well, like
I'll
subtitle it in English for Jersey, because when I for instance, if I were to go to New Jersey and try to order a cooked meal, it would come to me raw, filled with fucking trichinosis, worms, and food poisoning.
Oh yeah, that's not
really
really good.
Really, what I come to realize.
What happened? You ate at the hotel? Is that what got
No,
you sick?
I ate at the hotel I was staying at. That was dicey, but all I had was bread. So I don't think that was it. But we were at the Jersey Diner. I think it was called the Jersey Diner. It was down the street from the hotel. I got a fucking roast beef sandwich that was like bright red and all but still mooing, and then I got food poisoning. I was like, I shouldn't eat this, and I'm like, no, that's how they serve it in Jersey. And I'm like, all right.
Jesus Christ.
It was horrifying.
I'm so sorry.
I could not stop throwing up.
Have you ever been to Lion's Choice before? You ever heard of that?
Lion's Choice. Is that a restaurant?
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, it's a roast beef restaurant. I mean, it may be regional.
Yeah, that one I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, we have them here, and their roast beef is like thinly sliced, and it's red, but you don't get sick from it.
Yeah, well, I think if you cook it enough, or I think if more was the food was mishandled.
That could be.
Because I work at a restaurant, I know all the health code stuff, and I think that they were definitely not washing their hands. So, that was pretty
wait. You work in a restaurant?
I do.
Oh, okay. Had no idea.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, we call it a restaurant. It's really more like a front for the mafia, body disposal, that kind of stuff. We make wonderful sausage, unrelated.
I hear they have.
We don't have any foot-long conies, but you can get those in New York for the right price.
Yeah, you can get one in New Jersey, Runametti or wherever Brian lives, whatever it's called.
Hey guys, are you guys jealous?
Oh my God, where the fuck did you get one of those?
Oh, I got it from Dollar Tree.
They sell butt plugs at Dollar Tree?
Delicious butt plugs.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna shove this bottle up my ass later.
Oh yes.
Well, that's what they're for. You can reseal those things. I never knew that's what the cap was for. It's like a single gulp in those things. That's all it is.
Yeah, you guys ever had like the little wax?
Oh yeah. Yeah, those are good.
They're the worst things to drink when you're dehydrated.
Are you supposed to bite the tip off and like just drink the juice, or are you supposed to chew it like gum because it's like wax?
It's your choice.
My little brother used to chew on them like wax, but yeah, you just have to bite the top off.
It's dealer's choice.
These are really inefficient beverages.
Dealer's choice, huh? So if it's just whatever mood you're feeling.
I just walked out to get a drink and I saw in the hallway my wife and daughter dancing to Donna Summer. So if that's not the happiest thing I've seen all night, I don't know what is. Oh,
that's good. See, Lex Quinn's gonna walk into the hallway and see me dancing the Goodbye Horses. And
Goodbye Horses.
Where one of my skin?
But the thing is, are you gonna ask her would you fuck me?
I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me.
Yeah, put lipstick on.
I mean, I already have professionally. Like, I fucked myself pretty hard.
I love that movie. I got my wife to watch it the other day. She hasn't seen it in a long time. And she's like, oh my God, I love that movie. I'm like, what do you think? Is it a horror or not? Because this is the big debate. People don't think it's a horror movie. She's like, oh, it's totally a horror. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, it's about a skin-wearing maniac. You know that George Romano is in that movie, apparently.
Yeah?
He has a cameo. Yeah, Romero is actually in there. There's a couple other random like horror directors.
Roger Corman. He's like the mayor or something like that.
Yeah, it's in like the courtroom scenes where Romero is, but someone's posted a screenshot. I had no idea.
Oh yeah,
that's one of my favorite movies. I actually kept that out of my horror collection for a long time. And
you have it organized by genre.
Yeah, because I've got 1,200 DVDs and Blu-rays, maybe more, and so all my horror stuff's in one place, and everything else is in another place, and then Star Wars is somewhere else. But yeah, now I've got Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal and The Show and all that stuff in the horror section, along with Predator, which I begrudgingly put in there.
Blu-rays at this point. I used to have like double that on video, my VHS tapes, but I got rid of a lot of them.
Yeah, I miss my VHS tapes. I wish I would have never gotten rid of them.
Yeah, well, I wish I would have known they'd be worth stupid money.
Exactly. Then I could make my comics I want to make.
Yep, and sell the videotapes.
Or, or return some videotapes. No, or make a movie. That's another thing I'd like to do eventually. Horror Syndicate presents Suspiria Part 2. That's what I'm going to make. I mean, I'm going to film the whole thing in my bathtub.
Hey, you guys were talking about this the other day, right?
What is it? Is that Hell of the Living Dead?
Looks like Hell of the Living Dead and Nightmare City. Ooh, yeah, it's
Nightmare City is a fucking mess too.
Did you ever see Video Dead?
Oh, I have it on Blu-ray. I love Video Dead.
With TerraVision?
Yep.
TerraVision is going to be in the next bracket. It's my dark. I love that movie.
I love TerraVision. Holy Tomato.
Best theme song on earth.
TerraVision.
The Fibonacci's.
Ha ha ho ha ha ha.
Oh my god!
I love it so much.
Are you kidding me? Oh wait, no.
So how many more times are you going to come on with us, Mike?
How many more times? Well, I mean, you keep dressing like that, I'll keep coming on to you guys indefinitely.
If you keep dressing like that, I'm going to have you on.
Why would you word it that way?
Well,
no, I would. No, seriously, I would love whenever you guys are.
Lex is more than welcome to come on too.
I have a great time.
Next week, you're more than welcome to join us. We have director Vicente DeSanti, who directed Never Hike Alone, who just had a successful Kickstarter for the home video release of his movie. He's going to be joining us next Friday night.
That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I forgot all about that. I should have mentioned that. So I backed the Kickstarter for that, which we know you can watch the movie on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I got a message from somebody that I will not talk about saying, why would you back a fan film that you can watch for free? And I was like, I like to support indie horror. He's like, that's not indie horror. That's a fan film. I'm like, no, it's indie horror. It's independently made it.
All right, this person, is he, are we mutual friends with?
Not anymore.
Now, what's the legality of him selling DVDs for that? How does that work?
Oh, well, he's putting money towards some of the money is probably going to, I would assume, is going towards the production of the Blu-ray, and then the other, he says he's donating any other extra money he's getting to some. It says it on the Kickstarter.
I was curious. Like I always wondered, like his fan films. Like I always wondered, that's like a gray area.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think as long as he's raising it to for the not selling it, he's not selling the copies.
Okay.
As perks, of course, but if he goes into a con and tries to sell them, I don't know if he can do that because
the
rights issue.
Yeah, I mean,
for the one or two people that are watching at home, Never Hike Alone is a fan film of Friday the 13th.
Very good.
Yeah, they played it at a Telluride Horror Show, so they had some festival play. I hear it's really good. I haven't watched it yet.
It is. It's good, and it has a pretty good cameo at the end.
Yep. Our own Brian Enright is in the movie.
Yeah,
he plays a mountain.
I play the German guy who goes around going like.
I thought that was in Nightmare on
Twister. That's me. I wear a helmet and everything.
Wow, I'll definitely have to check that out now. I'll wait till Lex leaves and then I'll pop that one.
I come back as Corey Feldman, not Tommy Jarvis, but Corey Feldman. I'm like, hey, I need $1 million to make a movie about
wearing a gold hood. Like when I saw him at Horror Hound, he's wearing a gold hood and he had a mask on.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's good.
Oh, I think he has SARS. I could be wrong.
I don't know, but I'm hoping Mike Lombardo's next con appearance, he's wearing a gold hood with the mask on, like Michael.
It was so weird. I actually have a silver hood and a chrome mask that I wore last time, but I didn't. Now I feel stupid. I feel underdressed.
Yeah, I mean, did anybody call you?
I'll get a platinum one to up him.
All platinum.
Fucking Feldman stealing my thunder again.
That's
we should talk about in the next episode with the fan film. We should talk about director's cuts that we know exist but have not seen the light of day.
Example:
like Horizon,
like The Crow.
Event Horizon. Is that what he said?
Horizon, the original Horizon is way gorier, gorier. All the hell footage and stuff. There was that's why it was really quick inserts because the MPA slaughtered that movie.
That's one I'd like to see Scream Factory get a hold of.
Yeah, dude, I love Event Horizon. That's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, I don't even own that. I don't know if I can't find it or if I haven't looked.
I got a pretty decent 2-disc DVD of it a while back.
That's the second best Resident Evil movie I've ever seen, Brian.
The first one was Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul Anderson. I just wanted to make his Castlevania movie. Would love it.
I think so Event Horizon, of course, The Crow, because I know a lot of scenes were added into the movie after Brandon Lee's death, such as the cowboy scene. And another one I would like to see is the director's cut of Jason Goes to Hell.
Yep, that's a big one. I would love to see. What's that?
You've seen it, right, Mike?
I saw the original ending. I mean, they unrated version, but this is actually supposedly a director's cut that's like different. With I don't know what the fuck is in it, but I hear the rumors. Hellraiser Bloodline, that's the big one for me.
Yeah,
I want to see that. Apparently, that's like completely different.
In what way do you know?
Well, the original movie was all about, like, a lot of it took place in France.
Yeah.
And there was like these aristocratic gamblers and stuff, and they were the Cenobites. Like, there was a lot more period stuff, and then the studio they ordered reshoots. They reshot like half that movie. But the original movie, apparently there's like a German bootleg of like an in-between cut that still has a lot of that footage, I'm told, but I haven't seen any of that stuff.
But it does. I'm guessing it still has the space scenes.
Yeah, it does. But I guess it's much better. I mean, I like Hellraiser Bloodline. There's a lot of really good stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it reeks of studio interference, like, big time.
And that's what happens to the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Cabal Cut or no, because it's released?
No, we could, but the thing is, I'm confused about that. And
How much different is it than the already director's cut that was released?
Yeah, that's my problem.
I think it has I think it's one of those things like how Arrow puts out the integral cuts, where it's like there's like the unrated version and there's like the TV version that has more footage to make up for the lack of gore from movies, and they literally will put everything together into one full cut. I think that's what the Cabal cut was.
Did you see the integral cut of Reanimator?
Yes. There was a lot of interesting, like, little subplot stuff, but I think it's definitely better that they cut all that shit out. It just doesn't flow.
Okay, yeah. Because I watched that when I got the Arrow release, and I was like, I'll go back to the original cut because I like that better. Well, here's my problem with the Cabal cut. Not my problem, but so I first saw Nightbreed just only like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Or less. And then I get the Scream Factory, and there's this nice little intro from Clive Barker, and I don't know who the other guy is. And they talked about putting the director's cut together and how they were able to get all the scenes back into the way that I guess Clive Barker wanted to do it. Then it got me thinking, then what's the difference between that, as Jared was saying, and the Cabal cut?
So I think it's probably just the integral cut. I think that, or I'm assuming anyway, because I know it's like way longer.
Yeah.
But I think it's got like footage in it or some shit. And
it's like 40 minutes or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that movie at all, so I don't think I could sit through it being 40 minutes long.
Really? You don't like that one?
No, I love Clive Barker. I don't know. It was too. I don't know. It was too. I guess it was too 90s fantasy for me.
It didn't have a half human, half werewolf wearing like leather suit coming out eating children, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that definitely would have been better. I do prefer Rawhead Rex, honestly, tonight. I really do.
I actually do prefer Rawhead Rex better also.
What about Candyman?
Oh, Candyman's brilliant. I just watched that last night in my tattoo session. Candyman, I haven't seen that in a few years, and rewatching it again, that movie is goddamn excellent. Like,
did he direct it?
No, Bernard Rose did.
Okay.
But based on a short story of The Forbidden that was in the Books of Blood.
Oh my god, but yeah.
Candyman is like spectacularly made, though. That movie is fucking amazing.
What about Illusions?
I love the Philip Glass soundtrack in that.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
You know what's wild about that too is that he didn't score the film. He just did like 5 standalone themes, and they just cut them and put them around, like cut and pasted them throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't score the picture, which is crazy. But in Ray, Lord of Illusions is fucking amazing. That director's cut is awesome. The Scream Factory.
Yeah.
Is it better than what the theatrical cut was?
Oh my god, it's so much more violent.
Miles away, I think.
Yeah, I gotta get that because I didn't really care for the I didn't care for Lord of Illusions.
I didn't like it as a kid, but watching it now, I fucking love it.
I love Scott.
Actually, I rented
Scott
that.
Yeah, I love Scott Bakula.
Oh yeah, Quantum Leap, man.
I rented Lord of Illusions and In the Mouth of Madness and made the mistake of watching them at this like right after each other. And because I think In the Mouth of Madness is really great compared to Lord of Illusions, which actually kind of bored me at the time. This was like 1995 though.
Yeah.
So I was 15.
I'm not a big fan of In the Mouth of Madness. Like, it annoyed me because it felt more Stephen King than Lovecraft.
Yeah.
But I have to go back and revisit it because everyone tells me I'm wrong. And I remember I used to like it, and then I started to hate it. And now I don't know how I feel about it. But I don't know. I like Lord of Illusions better, though, either way. Like, Lord of Illusions is spectacular.
Well, with the different cut of Lord of Illusions and seeing it as an adult, it changed my mind quite a bit. Because when I saw this, my brother-in-law bought the Scream Factory, and we watched it one day, and I'm like, holy shit, this is way better than I remember it. So,
if you guys give me a quick second, I'm gonna take us off live because no one is watching anymore. But if there is anyone who comes on while we're doing this, my name is Brian Enright. You can follow me on Facebook at Brian Enright or Horror Jew at Twitter and Instagram. Jared, where can we find you?
Facebook, Jared Letourneau. Twitter, zombie_survivor. All
right, thank you, Jared. Mike Lombardo, where can we find you?
Well, I guess in the doghouse, apparently. Now you can find me at realsplatter.com, facebook.com/realsplatter, and youtube.com/realsplatter. Also, behind the dumpster at McDonald's and at your bedroom window in about 3 hours.
Thank you, Mike. And Ray, where can we find you?
Just here and there.
All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Have a great night, and stay tuned for VHS at midnight. Thank you. Okay, I stopped streaming on Facebook only because I'm getting the other show ready.
Yeah,
but we can
stop it. We're still live on whatchamacallit. Let me stop that too.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Only because.